I've been watching a lot of Dirty Civilian stuff. I like their videos, how they do like loadout videos. So that's pretty much the inspiration for this one. But I wanted to combine that with what's going on current events wise lately and do a realistic loadout, not only for y'all to watch, but basically for me, and the scenario that I'm in currently. And then also I wanted to talk about the future of this channel, where I'd like to see it go, and feedback from y'all and what y'all think so far, and things that we could improve on, and basically what my plans are for it. So stay tuned and we'll get into it. What's up, guys? If you're watching this, then the technology and editing gods have smiled upon me. I went a couple of days ago to the range, and even though it was an indoor range, I filmed what I could, and because my phone is a turd, I wasn't able to export the video, so that pissed me off pretty bad. Alright guys, with every loadout, you have to have an objective in mind, what you want to get accomplished. And being that with the current company that I'm working with, I'm 5.5 hours away from my home, and the fact that I shoot recreationally and training wise in my free time. I'm not going to say I have all of my kit with me, but I have a large amount of it. But like I said in the intro, with the Dirty Civilian and the loadouts for specific reasons and stuff, and with a lot of stuff that's going on here lately, current events wise, I really started thinking, okay, what if something happened to where phones went out? There's no longer any communication, because tactically, when you're fighting a war or a battle or some sort of tactical application, and you want to go in and wipe something out, you don't want the adversarial force to be able to call for backup, and so the first thing you want to do is eliminate communications. So that makes sense that our amazing government, if they're doing some shady stuff, they want to eliminate phones. So if I don't have phones, I don't have any means to contact my family back home. Well, one, we already have a plan set in place where they know what to do. If we have communications, then all the better. But if not, they know what to do if just all lines are cut. So that being said, I start thinking, okay, how am I going to get home? How am I going to prepare not only my kit, but self-sustainment and vehicle sustainment? And I have all these variables popping off. Driving, I need to have a route, and I need to have a backup route, tertiary route, how to get there if main freeways and highways are backed up. But not only that, but back roads, and how to get there without GPS. So printing off maps, alternate routes, stuff like that. I'm in the process of working on that. But aside from the vehicular stuff, loadout wise, what I'm going to go with is my 14.5. I'll do zoom ins here in a minute, but it's always changing. It always looks different. This is a conglomeration of my 18-inch and my 14-inch swapped together, different parts, different accessories for different reasons. Mainly, I've got that Break Arms 3-prong flash hider with the threads on the outside that match the automotive device conveniently. So that's why that's on there. We've got the Schmeck 15, the TLR VIR. So I've got white light and I've got IR capabilities, even though I don't have my night vision with me. I've got that set up on the pressure pad, quad railed up, true homies, quad railing. I'm probably fixing to purchase a new red dot sight. This is the Holosun mounted on a Unity. I'm looking at a Vortex right now that I kind of got my eyes on, and I'm going to run a magnifier with that. Standard broomstick vert grip, Timney. I forget which model it is. It's a 3-pound trigger. This thing's greased lightning, and then all the other stuff that you've seen me carry. So that is the main carbine setup that I'm going to rock, just because it's a little smaller, a little bit easier to wield. Like we've tried to represent in previous videos, depending on what your objective is, sometimes equipment and kit you want to build from the outside in. From this one, I'm kind of going inside out. So what's going to be on me, and then going towards vehicle and all that stuff. We've already discussed my rifle, so y'all all know the sidearm that I go with, Glock 19X. I'm rocking the Holosun PID. I've got the Arc Vision single port compensator, the Dove Dot Mounting Solutions RMSC bracket that dovetails into the rear sight, gives you suppressor height, rear sight integrated in, as well as the suppressor height fiber optic front. And then I have the Bushnell RX U200C. This thing is an absolute tank. The window is a little on the small side, but durability and battery life, this thing is still running, and it is an always on. So that's the sidearm that I go with. This whole video, this whole scenario is based off of, like, if something went down and I had to bounce right this second. So not only are we going to go over kit, but like how many mags, all that stuff. So with pistol, I've got one in the gun. I've got my flush fit. I carry this for concealed carry, so I don't hang out as much, but I would carry that with me. And then I have my additional mag that's running on my gun belt. So I guess from there we can move to the gun belt. It is the Core Essentials war belt that they offer. I'm still rocking it so far. It's rock solid. It's got the not Cobra buckle, but the cam system buckle. Not cam, but ratchet system buckle. Regular Safariland level 3 retention holster for my pistol. This pouch back here, a lot of times I run a multi-tool, but for this application I can stow my extra pistol mag there. I've got a fixed blade Amazon special knife, IFAK running that 6 o'clock. That's got your standard gauze dressings, Israeli bandage, tourniquet, Sharpie, all that. Dump pouch, Lifeline mag pouch. I just run one. and then the additional pistol magazine. So that could easily be stowed in a backpack or worn on person. So moving to the next piece. So next piece of kit, y'all have seen it before. Y'all know that I prefer chest rigs over plate carriers. I see all these videos of guys running plate carriers in so many different scenarios, and it's cool. Do your thing. I'm like Ricky Bobby. I just want that hot, nasty, badass speed. So I will take speed and maneuverability over armor any day, and that could get me killed, but I gotta live with that. I'm cool with it. The only time that I would choose plate carrier over chest rig is if I'm legitimately stacked up with a team and we're running in on somebody. I'm not going to just casually stroll around with a plate carrier on. And yeah, so that's all I'm going to touch on with that. But this is that cheap Amazon special micro chest rig that I picked up a long time ago, and we got 3 rifle mags, multi-tool, flashlight. I have these stowed in the optional pistol mag pouches. I've modified a little bit on these GP pouches, what's inside, but we've got the headlamp, pen and pad, as always, to take notes. I've got my linesthetic compass, the boo-boo kit for the carbine, a couple additional batteries for the Schmeck 15, and then I've got my tiny camos for face paint, which honestly I just forgot to take those out. I don't see how that would be super applicable in this type scenario, but it is what it is, maybe. So I keep that in this GP pouch to the right, my tight butthole pouch. And then left side, it's just a small boo-boo kit. I've got antiseptic towelettes, a little bit of tape, gauze roll, some more gauze pads. I've got trauma pads, a cheesy, tiny, made in China set of shears, although I'll probably use those to trim my nose hairs or something like that. But this kind of operates like a boo-boo kit, more or less, slash maybe a little bit more than just a boo-boo. But then running off the left side of my harness, I have my actual trauma kit. I got an additional tourniquet, chest seal, and then a legit pair of shears. So I run that on the left side, easily donnable. Throw this thing on. So that's what I run in paired with this, either or. You want to set all pieces of your kit up to where if something happens and you're only able to grab just one, you kind of have enough on there to support all your systems that you got going on. So from here, we'll move on to actually loading it out into my pack. So pack-wise, this is another Amazon special that I got. It was, I think, right around $100. It could be Chinesium, but so far this thing has held up beautifully, stitching-wise and material-wise. It's the Adventure 80 liter. So in the very bottom of this, I've got my sleeping bag in the compression bag, so it's sucked up nice and tight. So from here, I'm really not going to put a lot of this, I guess you could say, combative equipment. stowed in here, because that's all going to go on person. From here, if everything were to go to crap, what I'm going to throw in here is a shit ton of extra socks, underwear, a couple of changes of clothes. I've got a couple of other items that I would throw in here that I might need. Probably going to throw a couple of rolls of TP in here, some shit tickets. And then, I mean, this thing expands out super far. So any room I have left on here is just going to be water bottles, as much as I can. I made the mistake of not bringing any kind of water filtration down here, which I can pick one up at the store pretty easy. But until I do that, that's my plan, is load this thing up with as many water bottles as I can bear. So on the side here, I've got a poncho. So not only can I don that to stay dry for the most part, but if I needed to, I could rig it up and cover this up. A little bit of camo. It's green, but I would throw everything I needed to into that, possibly have all that on. And like we said before, I might not need to throw all that on, but that's everything that I would gather to throw in the vehicle and then begin my journey back home. And then whether I run out of gas, or I get caught in traffic, or something catastrophic happens en route where I have to ditch the vehicle, all this stuff is prepped and ready to go, if not already on me, to where I can just roll out of the car. And then it's a roll of the dice. I got to figure it out the rest of the way home. So knowing your route, how to get there, alternate routes, pay attention when you're driving to and from different places. Farms. Who has horses? Horses don't run out of gas for the most part. So that's another thing to keep your eye on. Another thing I can pick up at the store is one of those manual fuel transfer pumps. So if I run out of gas, I could use that possibly. We didn't touch on these, just additional mags. So I would load these up and then probably stow them in the pack. And then I think we covered pretty much all the bases of what I legitimately have here. That is my loadout so far on how I would get home if something crazy happened while I'm down here. So let me know down in the comments. Just tips, tricks, ideas. We love hearing from you guys. Whatever stuff y'all agree on, disagree. Yeah, just let us know. But the other thing I wanted to talk about in this video is where I want to see Goliath killers go. And this whole channel started kind of sort of as a dare. We had been filming for years, we just didn't do anything with it. But we all have hopes and admirations, aspirations. Wait, I'm tired. Hopes and dreams. Everybody wants to be a YouTube star. I really don't care about all that. I enjoy teaching, helping people, but I also enjoy learning and sharing experiences with people. And this is something I'd like to continue on. And this whole time we've been filming all these videos with phones and free editing programs online and stuff. Shelly, big shout out to the old redheaded sex demon. He's done most of the hard work on all that stuff, and we're getting close to having some more options on YouTube. We're getting close to monetization. So I want to say thank you to all you guys that are subscribed and support us. That being said, I want to be transparent. A lot of channels aren't. And so some goals I have in mind for this channel, that once we reach monetization, or where people can, I forgot what it's called, but you pay for a subscription or whatever it is. We're probably not going to upgrade any equipment until we reach monetization. That's going to be when it's real. Like, okay, it's not a hobby anymore. We can make this a full-time thing. I would like to get a decent camera to film on instead of a phone. We need a new laptop to edit, because the one I'm using doesn't have the horsepower to do it. So those are two things I want to work towards. And honestly, that's about it for right now. Maybe upgraded microphones, but we're not asking for money or anything like that. But moving forward, I just want to be transparent in letting y'all know what we're after monetarily wise to make this better. So I don't know, I feel like I'm on that soapbox a little too hard. One of my other goals for Goliath killers, and it's my main goal above the channel itself, I have a dream. Oh, you're racist for saying that. I would like to purchase a couple of acres of property and build a, I guess you could say, warehouse that could facilitate not only classroom training, but also have a, I call it a merch shop slash coffee house slash hangout spot. So not only would we have classrooms to teach in, but then there'd be kind of like a hangout spot where we vendors can sell merchandise, but then we'll have like refreshments or whatever, and it's like a lounge area where people can just hang out and fellowship. And that possibly take up, half of the building. And then the other half, I want it to be just open warehouse, to where we could set up indoor shoot houses, and it wouldn't be live fire. We would use like Mantis or Miles or Airsoft even, or just bang bang skeet skeet make believe. But have the ability to do that, and then have a couple of acres behind the actual facility to where we could berm up the sides and have at least a minimum of like a 100-yard range. And then that entire property plus the facility, that is my dream as a business. And then the teaching and the training that takes place, I'm no expert, and I'll admit that all day long. But what I want this dream to become is, say I teach a class on pistol, like intro to pistol. And we put up the registration online where people can sign up to take the class, and we get 20 people sign up. Well, during that training, we're going to get to know each other. And say a plumber shows up and he just wants to learn how to shoot his pistol better. I want to have a system set up to where I can go up to that plumber and be like, hey, would you be interested in teaching a plumbing class on like the top 5 plumbing problems that you have in a home, new homeowner or whatever, and how to fix them, cost-effective ways to fix them, so that people that don't know how to plumb, they could learn that trade. Not the whole trade, but just enough to get by, or whatever. And if he agrees to, like, yeah, I'll teach that class, then it's like, okay, well, you go out and you do your best to find as many people that'll sign up for it as possible. We'll use our social media and our avenues to broadcast that class, and we'll gather people and we'll charge, just whatever, $20 a head for however long the class would be. And $20 a head, you keep 10, we keep 10. That incentivizes him to find more people to where he can make additional money. So he has monetary gain, but he also is giving him self-worth, that he is contributing to his community with that trade. People are learning a new skill, a new trade. We get that class going, and it's like a basic plumbing 101 class. Okay, well, somebody comes in and they're into carpentry. They're in that plumbing class, and they know how to work on lumber, or a roofer, or an electrician, and it just daisy chains and multiplies. Everybody that comes into that class, once we get to know them, let's network together and teach each other. And so basically the property is going to be a giant classroom of networking and different trades and different skill sets, to where it almost becomes just a venue, and we host subject matter experts. I really want to do that because it gives back to the community. It teaches people things that they may or may not learn in school, or that could help them out in life. It gives that instructor self-purpose and monetary gain for providing the instruction. Not only that, but we'll be making a percentage off of that as well. So, pretty sure those notifications are going to be audible. That is the direction that I want the Life Killers to move. Moving into the rest of this year and into 2024. Well, guys, I appreciate you stopping by, giving us a watch. Let us know what you think down in the comments. I feel very convicted about everything that we've discussed in this video. I cannot say enough how much I appreciate everybody that has supported us, watched our stuff, subscribed, and then just the actual verbal support in comments and stuff. That means a lot to us. So thank you very, very much for that. This thing's getting bigger and bigger by the day, and I would love to do it full time, and we're almost there. So I appreciate it very, very much. We love you guys, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace!